So I decided to make a new video of how to play Enter Sandman, because obviously the old one that I made was really bad because I hadn't been playing for that long. But now I've seen a lot of their videos, documentaries of how they made the Black Album, and watched them play this song. And also I got this tab book that has all their hit songs in it. That's about 100% almost correct. So this is the new version of how to play Enter Sandman. So anyway, it starts off with the intro, which is just clean, and this is normal tuning, by the way. And what you do is you make a chord here on the A string with your ring finger on the 7th fret of the A string, and then your first finger on the 5th fret of the D string. You don't play that chord, but anyway, just hold that chord the whole time, except for when you go down here. But you'll see. Anyway, you go up this chord, you hit the open E string first. This is where it gets kind of confusing rhythm-wise, because most people try to play the song like this. But really, what they're doing is they're including that low E string in the first part of the song, this riff. So what you want to do is just act like it's not there the first time you play it. So what I mean is just start on the 7th fret of the A string. So anyway, you go 7th fret A string, 5th fret D string, with that chord, you know. And take your middle finger down while both of these notes are still ringing. And put your middle finger down on the 6th fret of the E string. And then you're gonna leave your ring finger here, but then put your first finger down on the 5th fret of the E string, hit that note. And then 7th fret A string, open E string. The trick with this riff is just let all the notes possible ring. And once you've got the rhythm down, you can include that first E string when you start the song. And you play that 12 times. And then, eventually, you're going to stop here. And you just play that riff. This. But instead of going back to the E string, you go to an open E power chord with distortion. And kind of hold it just for a little bit. And this is where this series of intro riffs starts up. And here the second guitar is just going to hold that open E power chord. While the first guitar use your ring finger to slide up to the 7th fret of the A string. And in between that slide, you're going to have 7 palm muted low E strings in between each. So you do that 4 times. And by the way, first time you do that, you hit that open E power chord. You count that as one of the 7 palm muted low E strings. So after that, there's only 6 palm muted E strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So after 4 times, you're going to be up here. And then 2 palm muted low E strings. And then 7th fret A string. 6th fret E string, 3 palm muted low E strings, 1st fret power chord, and then 2 more palm muted low E strings. Do that 4 times. And then on the 5th time, you're going to go into this another riff, which is exactly the same, except you're going to throw in a 5th fret E string note, instead of just going here, you're going to go like this: 7th fret A string, 6th fret D string, 5th fret E string, and only 2 palm muted low E strings. 1st fret power chord, and then 2 palm muted low E strings. So it's the same. You just take out a note and add a note. You do that 8 times, and if you play with the band you'll know, because the drummer will start to build up, and then you get to the main riff. And what that is once you hit this part, put 2 more palm muted low E strings, but instead of hitting this 1st fret power chord, you're going to hit an open E power chord. And this is the main riff, so you're going to have an open E power chord, let it ring, and then you're going to hit a quicker power chord that's not palm muted. See, it's not very long at all. And then on that 2nd power chord, you're going to kind of hammer on to the 4th fret or the 3rd fret of the A string. You can't hear it right now, but and then with your ring finger just slide up to the 7th fret of the A string. It's kind of confusing at first, but sort of what you do is when you're sliding up, you use your your ring finger to kind of hit this E string to stop it from playing. And anyway, after you've done that, 6th fret E string, 5th fret, and then you can hit a quick palm muted low E string in between the next riff. On this 5th fret, do a vibrato. Do that 3 times, and then you go to this connecting riff. That's just 3rd fret power chord, palm muted E string, 2nd fret power chord, then 2nd open E string, and then 2nd fret power chord, 3rd fret power chord, 2nd fret, and then back to the main riff. Make sure you palm mute it. Not the 1st chord, but the other chords. And the main riff 3 more times. Then you go into the verse riff. And I will teach you that in the next video.